Hey, I'm Toni, and this is your daily tarot reading. We are going to start out today by looking at the Mystical Journey Oracle. So, hey, welcome. If you are brand new here, I am so glad that you found my little corner of the universe. And if you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, I am so glad that you are here. So, how y'all doing? What's going on? Tell me. Oh boy, that was fast. And even crazier is all three cards jumped out. So let's see what we got. At first, wow, we're starting out strong. Redemption, inner child. Oh boy, I love this story. Can we talk about, just take a second and appreciate these pictures. Hopefully my camera will focus. I'm actually thinking about trying a new camera next week, so hopefully this focus issue will just quit it. But anyway, how gorgeous are those? And oh my gosh, look at this beautiful card, Compassion, card number 17, 27, and 8. I love that. 1 and 7 is 8, and then you have 17 and 27. So I kind of like the numbers there. That's kind of a fun game it's playing. So Compassion, Redemption, and Inner Child. So it looks like this is a beautiful redemption story. For some of you, there is this gift that you finally give yourself. And this is something that I'm not sure how many of you are, you know, it's funny, when I talk about inner child healing, people just get very sensitive. I don't know what they think I mean. I don't know if they think I mean that you need to go get like a blankie and a pacifier and go curl up in the corner and watch some Disney with your you know, your teddy bear. And if that's what you want to do, listen. You do you, boo, and if that makes you feel better, by all means, do that, okay? Because that's what we're all seeking, right? At the end of the day, it's just a little relief. But inner child healing is going in there and reparenting yourself, okay? It's teaching yourself discipline and boundaries, and it's giving yourself compassion and forgiveness and grace. And it's going in there and doing those things for yourself that you always wanted to do as a child. So now you get to try them as an adult and experience them. But this is just a lot of healing work. There's a lot that goes into the inner child healing. And so I think that's what this is. I think that you finally give yourself some compassion, start doing the inner child work, and this leads to a great redemption story. I love this. Actually, let's look at redemption. So let's look at this beautiful card while I read over it. It says, the goddess depicted on the redemption card is opening her arms to the universe, seeking redemption. She is asking for forgiveness, but in her heart, she understands that the choices that she makes are hers and hers alone. She belongs to no one else. The snakes coming out of her chest represent the feelings of guilt and self-judgment. Let me get that a little bit closer so maybe it'll be easier to see. It says, tough decisions have been made, but she has honored her needs. This has not come without sacrifice, but it is set upon her highest path. Redemption rises from the bones of self-blame and regret. This card is asking you to move on from the painful past. Exactly, inner child. Exactly. To move on from the painful past and cast aside any feelings of remorse. Compassion. Compassion, baby. That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. Ooh, I love this storyline. This is already exciting. We haven't got the tarot out, y'all. This is a good one. I'm excited. It says, what has been done cannot be undone. As I say, you can't unring that bell, honey. You can't unring it. So what you have learned, and you have learned great lessons from your experiences. So I love this story for you. So this is kind of a redemption story of forgiveness, of healing, of compassion, of grace. Let's see what it is we are going to be working on, y'all. We're going to get out my favorite deck. My favorite tarot deck of all time. The Golden Girls. Y'all know. If you've been around here more than a minute, you know. Your girl here, she loves her the Golden Girls. I, at one time, was actually the house that we're living in. I was actually going to design the whole house around, like, Golden Girls theme when we first moved in. And I tried. It didn't work. But I did give it a little bit of an effort, a teeny tiny effort. But then what happened was it's COVID, and so it was just a big mess. So anyway, Angel and I just couldn't go shopping. That's the story. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, of whoever is watching, tell me about the energy that has led us to this time period we are in right now. All right. At first, we have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups, and I'll show you these here in 2 seconds. The Five of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay. Wow. When we talk about the inner child healing, this Five of Pentacles is truly the definition. It's funny. I have never even thought about the Five of Pentacles as inner child. But wow, does that check. This is about being on the outside of something that you need to come in. And when I say in, I mean like going deep within yourself and healing a part of yourself that you kind of locked yourself off from, kind of, that needs, this could be some unhealed parts of yourself, especially from your childhood. And when we talk about inner child healing, very much, this does mean going into those parts, those things that happened to you as a child, those traumas, and healing them, going and being the adult that you are now, and working and through that and healing it and releasing that energy, whether it's somatic movement, whether it's breath work, whatever this is, journaling, meditating, therapy, counseling, coaching, whatever, tarot reading, whatever it is. This is just something that you've got to do for yourself to get yourself past this. Something I just noticed before we even go a little bit further, I want to point out, I'm going to put a pin in and we'll come back to, they mentioned on her, she has these snakes coming out of her arms. We didn't talk about the deer. I just noticed the deer there, but the snakes. I just noticed this one has a big snake wrapped around the tree. Snake a lot of times represents inner wisdom, right? So there's a lot of inner wisdom here coming. Oh gosh, that's just so pretty. It's coming out of her arms, going into her, and then this one's fully wrapped around the tree. So it's like these snakes are just like a big part of this. This has a lot to do with getting to go deep, like shedding the skin of yourself. And so when we talk about inner child, a lot of times our personalities are when are they developed? In childhood. Well, not a lot of times. What am I saying? Our childhoods are developed in personality. I mean, we can pick up more personality traits as we go, especially given trauma and experiences. But most of our personality is developed by the time we're 6 to 7. And so this is kind of that shedding of skin and reforming and healing and becoming a new person. And that's exciting as heck. Just think about this. Inner child healing gives you the opportunity to shed those aspects of yourself that you may have picked up as a child that need to be worked on, that need to be healed, and heal those babies, and redeem yourself. But all this begins with compassion. This is the compassion to look at yourself, to see with compassionate eyes, with the eyes of grace and forgiveness and love. What is it about myself that I need to work on? Okay. And that's what this is. Okay. This is being on the outside. And it's interesting. These are parts of yourself that you've kind of held off stubbornly. This is interesting. The Four of Cups is kind of, I'll get to it. So you see how this cup right here is being offered to her and she's just focused on this. She's really holding on. It's really interesting. The thing that you avoid is the thing that you're giving your power to. When you avoid something, you're going to spend so much time putting active energy into avoiding it and thinking about the thing that you should do instead of just doing it, that it takes all your power from you. And that's what this is. It feels like you don't realize how much of your power has been taken from you. Here we have an Emperor showing up on the end. This is Aries. Yeah, Aries. You know what? I'm sorry. Separate thought. We'll come back to that. Clarify why is the Emperor here. I think this has something to do with ego. I think that, yep, Hangman, there he is. Hangman, there's Pisces showing up. Nine of Swords underneath, underlying energy is Nine of Swords, and above that is Seven of Swords. Absolutely. So this is something that has gotten you stuck. This is an unhealed aspect of yourself. Definitely feels like inner child. I mean, even like holding on to the security blanket there, right? And even like being wrapped in the security blanket. These are just this inner child energy that has not been examined because the ego has just perhaps not wanted to, okay? The ego is like, I'm not feeling that. That's what this Hangman's about. It's like kind of stopping you. The Seven of Swords hanging over your head is this is parts of yourself that you are refusing to be honest with yourself about, and it is caused a lot of problems. It's caused a lot of problems. It's caused a lot of anxiety, worry, doubt, fear. Okay, so let's see where we're at now. Tell me about the energy now. What's going on? And the fifth card will be the timing card. Okay, so what's happening right now? What has this brought us to right now? Here we go. All right, we have very interesting. Wow, very interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the timing card, which is this is not a timing card, so I'll pull a different card for this one. This is the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. There's Taurus showing up, and so you got these two queens sitting side by side, right beside the Hierophant. The Hierophant is that very stable, grounded Earth energy of being so aligned with yourself that you don't question. You just know, like you're aligned with your core values, you're aligned with your higher self, your mission, your purpose, and you are just flying. That's what the Hierophant is. It's also staying and playing by the rules. It's kind of like not really thinking outside the box. It's like you just follow the directions. Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups sitting right there, it's like you are so close to getting what it is you want or where it is you want to go creating. Let me say this. You are so close to creating the life that you want. You are just like so close. You're just like just on the edge of it. But here's the block. Here she is. There is that Queen of Cups block. And the Queen of Cups block is coming from probably because you've been stuck in some old thinking. Stuck in some old thinking. And this is something that needs to be examined. Let me get a timing card. Before I do that, let me ask a question. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Tell me a little bit more about the Queen of Pentacles. The world. Okay, so here's Libra. Below we have Five of Cups, absolutely being stuck in the past, 100%. There's the Lovers over your head. This makes so much sense. So the underlying energy is, when I asked to clarify why is the Queen of Pentacles here, it says basically, this is you understanding that there's something in your world that needs to end. There's something that you're going to have to shift, that you're going to have to let go of. And the underlying energy is that it is, or what supports it is, there's something from the past that needs to be let go of. And above this, interestingly enough, is the Six of Cups. And guess what the Six of Cups is? What's hanging over your head? Childhood. So we have to heal. We need to let go of something from our childhood, the Five and the Six of Cups here, from the past, an old way of thinking that is time to heal. It's time to let go. Libra, this is just this beautiful energy. Get the love in there. Put the compassion in there. This is not about judgment. This is not about regret or remorse. This is about like, hey, I did the best I could with my life, but I had a lot of unhealed aspects of myself, so I forgive myself. I have compassion for myself, and now I can heal that. Okay, so let's get a little timing here. Let's see about this timing cards for. Hang on 1 second, let me get it out. There we go. Okay, let's get some timing. When is this energy of? It feels like you understanding this part of this unhealed part of your inner child. When does this unhealed part of their inner child kind of become aware? When do they become aware? When does it become clear to them that they need to start? This is the part of themselves that needs to be healed, be forgiven. There we go. What was that? Wow. Okay, so if you were watching this when I released this, let me see. This is going to be, I think, 11th, I believe this is the 11th. And so we've got about 2 more weeks of Mercury retrograde. I did look it up and took notes. Yay me. The Mercury retrograde, if you're watching it, ends in 2 weeks on the 25th. So this is just after the Mercury retrograde, which is actually kind of the story I've been telling. I've been saying that this Mercury retrograde and all the Mercury retrogrades this year are going to be very revealing for you. They're giving you these opportunities to look backwards. So kind of like I said, you're looking backwards at the past, at your childhood, okay? At those parts of yourself that just haven't been healed, haven't been forgiven, haven't been understood, haven't been processed, okay? That's during this Mercury retrograde, so now we're coming out of it. This is just 4 days past it, 18 days from now. And also, whenever you're watching this is timeless. So even if you're watching this 5 years from now, this means 18 days from now. So don't even worry about it. This counts for you too. So probably over the next 2 weeks, there's going to be, well, you'll probably be thinking about it. Like, what part of my childhood is it that I need to focus on or is impacting me? And ask that question. I'm a big believer in, I say this every day when I go into meditation. I ask my guides, my angels, I don't know. What do I need to know? And then I go into meditation. And that's what it is. You just kind of say, hey, maybe when you're journaling, or maybe when you go into meditation, or before you go to sleep, whatever it is, or before you do a tarot reading, or whatever it is, I don't know. What is it I need to know about my childhood that I need to heal? Is it my thinking? Is it my behavior? Is it a belief that I have, a pattern I'm repeating? What is it? Okay. Let that be revealed to you, because I believe sometime in about 18 days from now, the opportunity is going to come up for you to really realign and heal. And just, I mean, you know what I just noticed? Also, the card. Remember, I kept saying 8. So here, what's funny? You have 17, and then 18 is here, and then this is the number 8. So 1 plus 7 is 8. Here's card number 8, and then 18 days. So, and 17 here. So I just think that's kind of interesting. The numbers are even lining up over here. Interesting. Okay, so let's see where we're going. Before we run out of time, y'all, this is going long, and I'm sorry. Your girl can talk. I don't mean to. I don't mean to. Oh, that's just too many cards. We'll go ahead and take this guy, but that's just too many cards. You know what? It's just one extra card. It's no big deal. All right, we've got the 2 of Pentacles is in reverse. We've got the, the 9 of Pentacles is in reverse. We've got the Moon. Oh, we got 2 extra cards here. I should have put them up. Oh, no. Well, we're in it now, y'all. Okay. We've got the 3 of Pentacles is in reverse. A lot of reverse Pentacles. Strength. Strength is Leo showing up here at the end. And then the underlying energy, let's just pull 3 since we got so many. And I turn that upside down. So there's the 6 of Swords. There's the 8 of Cups. And we're going to end with Chariot. Chariot is in reverse. So, we'll come back to that underlying energy. All right, where we're headed. Laying down of ego, really showing the shadow side of yourself. There is a lot of you finally getting where you have been blocking yourself. I think that this is not going to be a one and done thing. This is going to take some time, okay? So, but going forward, once this inner child work has been understood, like this is what I need to focus on, you're going to be able to see why have you been imbalanced. I think it's important, I kept saying this Libra energy is on the table. Oh, no, I didn't. That's not this. No. Libra's not here. I don't remember what I was picking up. Or maybe it was one of the clarifying cards. Okay. But this is just this energy of why are you imbalanced? Where is the imbalance coming from? And you really seeing how it is impacting you. Your shadow side. Why and what how this is keeping my mind is going so fast I can't talk. You're going to understand where the imbalances are keeping you from getting everything you want, and how your shadow side is impacting not just your bottom line, but everything, like keeping you from relationships that are balanced, healthy, and insightful. There's just this beautiful healing of, it's almost like the ego finally feels safe is the energy I'm getting. You're able, I didn't even notice this, y'all. How did I miss this? The underlying energy. Look, the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, this is both of the cards leaving. There's some aspect of yourself that's leaving. And interestingly enough, the third card that comes out with it is Chariot is in reverse. Chariot is about moving on, and see how now it's standing still? Let me get one more card because I'm like, what's happening here? Hang on. Queen of Swords in reverse. 6 of Cups is in reverse. And then, okay, it's 5 of Cups. So, you're finally leaving behind something that kind of kept you standing still. This part of yourself that just was, it wasn't just misaligned. It wasn't just misunderstood. I'm not even sure if you knew how much this was impacting you. Okay, I'm not sure if you understood this thing that you're finally going to work on. Like it's like, okay, this is the part of me that I need to focus on from my childhood, or habit I picked up, or pattern or belief, or whatever it is from childhood that I picked up. This is what I'm going to work on healing. That shadow side then kind of gets a little deeper. Like you start peeling back layers, just like anything, it's just like an onion, And I want to remind you, on an onion, when you're first peeling back the layers, that first few layers are really hard peel back, right? Like you got that dry stuff, it just breaks off, it's difficult. Then the next layer it tears, the then you get to the next layer, it's a little easier. And then every layer easier and easier. That's what healing is like. It's going to get easier as you peel back the layers. But you got to be willing to do the hard stuff, which is a lot of times just starting. Okay? This really kind of shows you, I think, a pattern that where your ego finally feels safe, because it's like, oh, this is how I'm holding myself back. And in doing so, it's finally able to let go of this childhood, let go of these parts of your past that you have just been clinging to. And I feel like it's very interesting. I think this is the redemption story for the ego. I feel like this is almost, I don't want, and you got to understand the ego's primary role, because I don't want you to think it's a bad thing. The ego is not a bad thing. Its job is to keep you alive. Its job is to keep you happy, healthy, and safe, okay? But that doesn't mean that it's always picking the thing that's in alignment with your best and highest good. It just is doing the thing that makes you happy. Just because something makes you happy doesn't mean it's in your best good, okay? I like sugar. It makes me very happy. My body and my organs, not so much. They wish I would eat so much, okay? They wish I would eat, drink some more water, and maybe, walk away from the pastries. So just because you like something doesn't mean that it's good for you. And that's kind of the thing. The ego is finally healing this thing where it's attracted to something. So I'm saying the shedding of the skin here, okay? It's like the ego finally sheds this belief that it's holding on to this way of being or doing or seeing or behaving. And shedding that skin, this new version of you is allowed to rise. And this new version of you has a lot of compassion for the old self. Isn't angry, isn't mad, it doesn't have regret or remorse. It says, you did the best you could with what you could, and now here I am, and I'm doing better, so I'm going to do better. Okay? And that's this new version of you. So this is beautiful, and I feel like this is going to be, working its way out. It's going to take a little bit of time, but the journey is beginning now. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, or share this with somebody who might enjoy it. And of course, I would love for you to come on back. So until I see you again, you take care of yourself. Love you. Bye.